Hi, everyone. It's Norman Kochenek here from Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochenek. We're here today, and I'm very excited. We have the third ODI between Pakistan and Australia being played in Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, which is a ground I will visit one day. And we have a situation there where Australia were given a nice old lesson about batting by the Pakistani side. Imam al-Haq, fantastic century. Baba Azam, likewise, and some great scores in that match. One of the biggest record scores in terms of chasing ever performed. And Australia certainly will have to have a good think as to what they're going to do in this last match. But I think hopefully with that sort of level of ascendancy, the Pakistan team are now ready to take this out because they deserve it. Their rankings are very low, which is unfortunate. They don't deserve it. They've got an incredible side with the likes of Shaheen, obviously Harris Ralph, and their batting lineup is second to none in my opinion. So Saqib Zia says, I wish Pakistan won the series. You got this. They have got this. It's potentially theirs. Shane Watson says Matt Renshaw is a future opener. Well, Matt Renshaw was not just a future opener, he was a past opener as well and did very well. So if we're talking about the short form, I would agree with that. Oh, it's Kolkani says Australia to win. Well, we'll wait and see. Should be good. So, in my opinion, there should be a full stadium with incredible viewing. What am I eating? A biscuit. Just to get a bit of energy up. To me, Australia deserve to do well, considering that the makeshift nature of the side. Ben McDermott did very well. He did get a century last match, of course. Shane batted quite well. The bowling of Adam Zamp has been very impressive. I don't think Sean Abbott has done that well, and Nathan Ellis bowls reasonably well, but they're not our best two bowlers, let's be honest. But they're in the side, and that's what we're going to make do. So that's going to be very interesting in itself. Just on another note, before we get there, Moses Sheikh will join me in about 20-odd minutes' time. He's just a little bit late, which is fine. But I wanted to also talk a little bit about the fact that the Australian women's team are playing England in the final tomorrow, our time in New Zealand, in Christchurch, the lovely Hagley Oval, which I've been to, and I think is a very nice ground. And that's a pretty significant match too. Both Australia they're the current holders, or they have the actual T20 title, and the England team have the current ODI title. So they both have titles of great note, and we'll see who wins this. Be great to watch. I'm talking about that later. Jill is playing a major part in the subcontinent. It's hard to grip the ball. Toss will become crucial. You have to, I think so. The Pakistan did run down the score, didn't they? They did win the match, the second match. So Pakistan have a liking to bowl first. It didn't work in the first match, but it did work in the second with great strength. Ron Coley says Australia has better record than India, but it does not mean Australia are better team than India. I think India is still the best team in the world by far. Australia won the World Cup, yes, but it wasn't based on them necessarily being the best side. They had everything go their way. In T20, we can do that. 50 are a little bit different, though. I do think Australia are pretty good when they got their best team on the field, which they haven't at the moment. But I think Pakistan are equally as good. And Imam al-Haq has scored 4 centuries this series, not just the 2 here in the ODIs, but 2 in the tests. It's quite incredible. He really has been the best batter throughout both programs. Obviously, Usman Khawaja has not got the opportunity to bat in the short form. So that's unfortunate, as he could do just as good as... I mean, Travis Head certainly did have a great first test match, and he batted well in the second. But I don't think his long format game has been particularly good. So, Australia win the toss. I'm sure if they chase 3-3, they will win. So you're saying Australia win the toss and they will send Pakistan to the bat? Is that what you're saying? Just playing made effect. You're right. Australia is the best team, the best in ICC tournaments, or for women certainly at the moment, but men's, I wouldn't necessarily think that. Aaron Finch needs to step up. Yeah, he does. He himself, his batting performances haven't been that good. You're right. Subhash Chandra Bharata. India is the best team in the world across all formats. You would have to say that they've on occasions they probably should have won, they didn't. But generally, I'd say India would have the strength of numbers without a doubt. Clearly, they should win the T20 tournament in Australia end of this year. They should, even though it's on Australian soil. I would argue that it should be a tournament that Australia does very well at. Sorry, India does very well at. So that's what so we got here. Australia head-to-head in ODI. Australia wins 69, Pakistan win 33. That's not a very good record, is it, for Pakistan? But that's a little bit irrelevant, to be honest with you. Inshallah, Babar Azam will hit another ton today. Well, Babar Azam's been amazing. His form in long form and short form has been quite amazing. But his 196 that he scored against Australia in the second test was just phenomenal. But I got to hand it to Pat Cummins. They did win the test series. In that last match, you've got to take your hats off to them for that matter. So it's going to be a very, very exciting day, to say the very least. I would argue this is going to be one of the best. I hope we get our audience up, guys. If anyone's there, get them to watch, get them to talk, get them to interact with me now. View, like, and share the post, subscribe, hit the subscribe button for Eyes on Cricket, and also the notification button. We can get this happening. So, Sakib Entertainment has had his message retracted. What did you say? What did you not say? Hi, Saman Awashi, how are you? I'm very good too. So, should they play Berendorf today, replacing Swepson? I would think that's not a bad selection, actually. Berendorf's left-arm bowling has been particularly good. He's very good deaf bowler, as they call it, and certainly deserves that opportunity. So why are you not covering IPL nowadays? I am. I have been. I haven't been necessarily broadcasting it. Once this match is over, I'll spend more time with the IPL. I am covering the IPL. I'm going to be involved with Rev Sports and Extra Time, and I am posting on my community page as well. So I am heavily involved still. I'll be even more involved shortly. It's a long haul tournament. It's 2 months. This is only short term, so I had to prioritise one over the other. Ago recovered from COVID. I don't think he really had anything wrong with him. He just had to bide his time. Australia versus South Africa is also a great cricket rivalry. Well, it is, but South Africa aren't as good as they used to be, let's be honest. Australia should bowl first today. I think that might be a smart move, actually. Make videos on FTPs of teams. Hakarad Singh, you talking about the FTP? What's FTP? I'm not sure that abbreviation. Full-time players? Tell me what FTP stands for. So is Australia allowing to upload media conferences? Yes. We certainly are we're uploading media conferences from Australia. Yes, I'll be doing all of them, as you probably know. And the women's as well. And even the Pakistan media conferences we've been allowed to do. We're not allowed to upload the Indian press conferences, which is very frustrating for me. I'm disappointed that we can't do that. Pakistan top order is like a rock. They never seem to get out. It's true, though. I mean, batting fans, what's happening with Finch's form? Aaron Finch is still not one of the best captains at police. Future tour programs. What you mean in future tour programs? Okay, what's the FTPs? Let's make videos on future playoff teams. I certainly will. That's a good idea. I'll make note of that. I'll make note of that indeed, all right? Australia versus New Zealand is a great rivalry. It is, but Australia seems to have the upper hand there, especially when we talk about the rivalry which happens in Australia. New Zealand doesn't seem to quite get their act together there. It's a mental thing, I think, because physically, skill-wise, they're as good as any team. So, yes, it's going to be interesting. So, the team selections, I mean, Berendorf may be considered. Swepson probably isn't. Ben McDermott can replace Finch as an opener. It could well happen one day. Yeah, but I think Finch is the captain. Finch is an all-rounder in terms of being a captain and a batter. Let's not forget that. 90% of world cricket dominated by India. I wouldn't go 95%. It's a bit high. So, any update about Australia's tour of India? That's a bit early for that second. It's way too early. They're locked in their Sri Lankan tour, which is in June, July. Then we've got, before that, of course, the IPL will continue on for a period of time. India play England, of course, in England. That's the last of the test matches there. And also we have there's some other series going on in England, of course, quite a few. But we'll get to the one of Australia India that should follow not far beyond that. Is it happening before the World Cup? I believe it is. Which World Cup is obviously October, November of this year in Australia. Australia head into their summer season once again. Australia versus India's biggest cricket rivalry now is, I would say it's pretty close to it. Yeah, Stark is dominating the 2015 World Cup. He did, but that's 2015. He's not necessarily quite the same player at the moment at all. So, yeah, well, we've got a lot to talk about today, especially from selections point of view. Pakistan, Hassan Ali was replaced by Shaheen. Hassan Ali's not been at his best, has he? Reg Vernon, how are you? Rowan Coley, rubbish. What's this? What at Rowan? Oh God, Coley. What does Rowan Coley said this? Rubbish. Ooh, Reg Vernon's a bit of a sore point there for Reg Vernon. AK Barnes said, "Well, do you want to come on, Reg? I like it. Do you want to come on? Reg, do you want to come on? I think I'll send you the link. India will beat Australia 2-0 in a 4-match Test series in India. I think you could be close to right. I mean, Australia will be up against it for sure. Reg Vernon, how are you? Saman Awashi's here. India will play 2 T20s in America against West Indies. 5 Test match, 5 T20 matches. Well, the thing is, playing at Fort Lauderdale, which is only 2 foot from the West Indies anyway, is a great idea. It opens the market up to American audiences, which really is a burgeoning subcontinent expat feel. And I've been there. I've been amongst it. Incredible vibe that's there for sure. So where Australia Cricket uploads press conferences, press releases, and other we've got a WhatsApp group that all the media people like myself are on, and that's where we get our press conferences from and our press releases and other media. Pakistan have an email service to those that are part of the problem. India does too, but they tend to be very restrictive about what they release, and I've got to respect that. But I think they need to be a bit loosened on that way. So Australia's been giving some great video coverage of behind the scenes stuff, which has been wonderful. So I think Usman Khadir should get a chance. Sakib Zahar, I agree wholeheartedly. He's an amazing player. Don't even get a chance to play. Wasn't. Yeah. Reg Vern, I'm out and about, but listening as always. The Ashes is one of the biggest sporting rivals in all sport. We've got no doubt about that, Reg. I'll concur with that. But Australia versus India, India versus Australia, India versus England, they're all gaining a lot of momentum. And you would argue New Zealand, certainly with Pakistan. A test series in Pakistan is immense. We've just experienced it. It's been monumental. And you wait until England go there, you'll see the verve. It's great. Okay. Finch need Corey about in swing. Okay. Loving watching the Pakistan series with the Aussies. Cricket has been brilliant. It has been absolutely monumental. Baba Azam has really taken it to another level. After winning the toss by Australia, I can't remember what he will do first. Well, so far, Pakistan have won the toss twice, and they've decided to field first, or bowl, as I would say. So, what was Australia if they won the toss? I think they'll still bat first, to be honest. So, use Solvent Cold tablet for cough. Thank you, my new doctor. Sunkeepers Entertainment there is my new doctor. I've just been talking too much. I've got a cup of coffee here, which is keeping me awake in my South Sydney Rabbitohs. Can you see the big Rabbitoh? The weather's just turned a bit funny too. Reg, I'll have a talk about something else which I've just found out, which is quite disturbing. Is Shaheen the best new bull bowler in the world? He's right up there. He's actually outstripping Stark somewhat, certainly as far as left armers are concerned. Absolutely brilliant. He can almost always takes 1 or 2 wickets in the first few overs of his performance. Up the Rabbitohs. We've lost, actually, we've only won 1 game so far this season, lost 3. I'm a little bit disturbed about that, Reg. 11th year anniversary today, India won the World Cup 11 years ago. Wow, I can remember that day. It was 2011. It was a fabulous day. It was first Sri Lanka, wasn't it, too? So, yeah, this is going to be a very intriguing match. And look, it's been levelled up beautifully. Don't forget, Pakistan was their best all-time score as a chase of a 50-over match ever, and it really deserved a great theatre. It overshadowed Ben McDermott's great century, but Imam Al-Haq and Bubba Azar batted. They both batted fantastically. I actually posted on my community page today pictures of I met Bubba Azam and Azhar Ali, and I know them from before. I met them at a place in southern England, which is Keeley's, Keeley, Keeley's Bats. They're a bat making group. They're magnificent bats, great willow, and a lot of the top players go straight there for their bats. They may not have stickers saying Keeley's. They may have other companies, other brands, but the actual physical wood is from there. So what country like with that? What? Okay, South Africa will give tough time to Australian Test Series, which is Australia 23. Well, Rowan Colley, I don't know. I don't believe so. So, which country you like without Australia? I love India. I love a number of countries. I love Pakistan. I love Sri Lanka. I've got a soft spot for Bangladesh, especially the girls' team. They did very well. Is Matt Renshaw, can he get a chance today? I don't think Matt Renshaw will come in today, no. I don't think Australia are going to tamper with the team at all, as a matter of fact. Maybe for the T20, but it is a long way to bring someone from Australia to Pakistan this late in the series and not play, I must agree. Bubba Azam versus Insamam, who is better? Oh, Bubba is probably more technically better, but Insamam had this star quality to hit runs from any time and very lazy looking, but just brilliant. I loved Insamam dearly. He was a tremendous player. And out of my mind, a bit on the chubby side. Who has the stronger team, Australia or Pakistan? Zenitsu, in terms of today, you mean? You would have to say Pakistan had a stronger side, without a doubt. But Australia stepped up to the mark in the first match. Pakistan came back in the second, and I would argue that you'd have to favour Pakistan at the moment. Norman, check the record and then speak about South Africa. Australia have lost 10 ODIs from the last 11 ODI matches versus South Africa. I'm not saying that necessarily, but South Africa, they're without a lot of their players. I mean, Quinton de Kock's no longer playing. Well, I'm not sure what Quinton de Kock, whether he's still playing or not, but he's not playing Test cricket. So by this time, because my data limit is over. So by this time, that's a pity. So get more data next time. Or get a Wi-Fi. Can you get Wi-Fi perhaps? Good to get you on Wi-Fi. But nice to have you here, Sakibs. And tell me more about your entity too. It sounds interesting. Now, Rowan Coley, with a name like Rowan Coley, are you in South Africa or you just go for South Africa? Tell me about it, because South Africa ranked highly at the moment in terms of tests rankings, in terms of the World Test Championship. They're still second or third. I think third, actually. Australia's first, and I think India is second. Pakistan may have slipped to fourth. But it's still a very strong top four. They're probably the top four that will feature in the World Test Championship. Australia, India, Pakistan, and South Africa. With the top three of those four, I think, likely to battle it out. Australia's slightly in the lead at this moment in time. So it's now 8:17 Australian time. I think the game starts, the toss will happen in 13 minutes' time. Not far away at all, so we'll get to see that very shortly. Who will be the best bowler of the series? Great question. I mean, it's just a little bit early to say. Probably Adam Zampa at the moment. Australian main players took rest from us. Last year's Eugene Kogel. It makes sense. And Samana Arashi. Why is it not coming on that screen? It's coming on this one. Your thoughts on the first one, mass referees become? I think it's a great thing. So do you have Instagram handles? I do have an Instagram handle. It's at Norm Koch. See that there? Norm Koch, at Norm Koch is my Instagram and my Twitter handle. So go there. So they've won the last 3 test series in Australia. Last 3 test series. I love AB de Villiers. Well, he's not playing anymore, unfortunately. Nor is they've got a few players that they're missing, actually. They're going through a pretty major development. Why are we not seeing any of the points? That's interesting. I'm seeing them on my thing here, but all 4 match officials of the Women's ODI World Cup will be women. Great. Let's just see where the word great comes up on the screen. For some reason, let's come up with that. So, will you reply at me on Instagram? Right now? I mean, right now? All 4 matches. Have you just done something right now? Have you replied? So, Kibbs, tell me I need to know whether you're on Instagram. I'm not seeing it. You've got 30 lovers there. That's interesting. Have you Have you joined me on Instagram? I'm not seeing your name. I won't see. No, it's not coming up. Hidden request. Is it a hidden request? Just going to see what these people. Seal Sports. All right. So, Redford, tough match for the ladies tonight. Sophie Eggleston's special though. It's not tonight, Reg. It's actually tomorrow. Maybe your time it's tonight. I'm not sure. It's tomorrow our time. Indians love Steve Smith, do they? Okay. Sophie Eggleston's special. She's took six for against South Africa. I'm kind of glad South Africa will bundle out. They were very, very cocky about their situation. Yeah, they won almost all their group matches, but they lost the match that counts, the semi-final, the old choker. South Africans, men or women, are notorious for choking. Let's be honest. The facts are there. They are notorious for choking. Rowan Colley must understand that. Steve Smith, well, he's not the best of form. With short form, he's not even got an IPL contract at the moment, which is pretty bad. Australian playing 2 leg spinners. What do you think of this? Well, I was a bit apprehensive the first match, but they won it. But the second match, Webson was not necessarily best of form. She both showed lessons for Jack Leach. Loves Indian cricket. Good. Okay. It's been a cracker of a match today, double-headed today. Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals and Gujarat Titans versus Delhi Capitals at night. Well, that's going to be pretty good. Manager, Australia will easily take it. Let's hope for Australia's sake that happens. I think just have a look. What's the story there? So I'm just going to have a little look at the so-called double header. We've got that match starts in 39 minutes as well. So both the Test match the third ODI between Australia and Pakistan starts in 39 minutes, and Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals starts in 38 minutes. But I mean, at this stage of the tournament, the Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals match will have less importance because it's an IPL match, yes, but it's a very early group stage. Any results now don't really impact too much. Now, those are the fighting country, they are. Manu, probably, but in a one-off match, anything can happen. That's true. It's true. But I think Australia. So, Reg, you're going to be with me tomorrow night then? Reg and Chris, Australia versus England in a World Cup final. We should be talking. It won't be easy for Aussies women, given England women are on upward swing. That's true. Kushal Sharma, Australia will thump Pakistan. I don't know. We'll see. Amlan Bora, okay, Hitman will score 100 today, Norman, for the old Mumbai Indians. Well, Rajasthan Royals aren't a strong side, let's be honest. So you would think that we're going to get 2. So they're saying that Matt Renshaw is available today, having cleared his arrival isolation period, although not sure if will change their batting. I don't think they will either. I don't think we'll see Matthew Renshaw just jump above others together. Yes, can we come on tomorrow? So, Reg, you're coming on tomorrow between the pre-show between Australia versus England. We'll have a nice old band. They get Munchie on as well, even Chris if he's there. The biggest, greatest kings of kings cricket. Well, they certainly have got a lot of standing. You're right. Will you be covering the Women's World Cup? Yes. As books I've just mentioned that. We'll be on with Reg Vernon, Chris Vernon. We'll also get Munchie on, and I'll have a few other guests on. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. That's a very big match. If you guys would go to my community page, you would see I've been hitting that with lots of updates on the Women's World Cup and the videos. I've been putting up the various videos as we speak. Aaron Finch form as a concern for you. It's not actually. He's a very important captain, and that's his all-round nature. Yashavi Jaswal is the future opener for Indian Norm. He has a great strike. We'll see. Let's hope he is. England women will win the World Cup, Norman. Rowan Coley, you're getting nasty now. You're bagging me about South Africa. You're going for England. All right, we'll see. I had a very close friend of mine, actually, Mancat. He was the son of the Mancat family, as we know, passed away in the last couple of days. Quite sad, actually. Indeed, it's very, very sad. It's really quite unfortunate. Yeah, I've had a few things going wrong of late. I won't go into it all now, but it's been quite unfortunate indeed. And my mother, who's not well, as you all know, she's 90. I have an ex-wife that's not well. I only found that out today, which disturbed me no end. And yeah, it's not exactly a pleasant time. I had a good friend die, so there's been a lot going on. Packs will win today, inshallah. Farhan, Shaming, I believe they will. Who are you current top 3 favourite batsmen in IPL? In IPL, oh, I tell you what, Andre Russell, wow, he is superb. I can't go past Shreyas Iyer, and I would argue that Ishan Kishan's my third. There you go. Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer, and Andre Russell. So we'll be finding out very shortly with the Pakistan-Australia match, and we'll also find out about the Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals. So it's all happening here. With the Rajasthan Royals Mumbai Indians match, Surya Kumar wasn't spotted at the warm-ups, so that's telling us, will Amalpreet get another go if Surya isn't fit enough? So Surya Kumar's Sky's not been up to date at this point. So, but Rohit Sharma's Mumbai Indians should absolutely smash Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals, Sanju Samson's been stand out, but the team hasn't been. They've got Ravi Chandra Ashwin now, Trent Bolt, Josh Butler, Shimron Hetmeyer, Yashavi Jalwal, as we talked about, could well be another one. Whereas most conservative, he's coming. He said at 8:30, which is another 4 minutes, he'll be here. Don't worry, he's coming. He wouldn't miss this. He's a great. SRH is still dead in the water. I think so, Marjorie. It's Kane Williamson's. Well, is he playing? It's kind of. I think Kane Williamson's playing. He's the captain, for God's sake. Tom Moody's the coach. I haven't got a good opinion of his coaching at the moment. Trevor Bayliss left, and that's one thing I'd like to know what happened there, because to me it's rather unfortunate, because I think Trevor Bayliss is one of the best coaches you'll ever see. And he didn't get along with Warner. They got rid of Warner based on his efforts, and I think that was probably deserving, if I'm being honest with you. I don't really know, what happened there. Anyway. All right, so I'm just putting up a post. So, Norman, I love Australia. Just some banter with you, brother. I know. Listen, so, did you expect Pakistan to chase 50 in the last match? No, I didn't. So that's Vic Bulgaria. I had no knowledge of them doing that. I think they've done wonderfully well. They really stamped their authority. Baba Azam has to be noted as being incredible, honestly. What do you make of Sean Tate becoming a pace bowling coach? Brilliant. He's a very intelligent man, actually. Kind of didn't give him credit for that when you see him. Bowl, he looks quite rough and ready, but he knows what he's doing. Bayliss has signed up for the 100. There you go. But he should have probably been a part of the IPL. What do you make of Sean Tate becoming? I've just mentioned that. What will Australia choose if they win the toss? I think they're still going to bat first. It proved successful in the first match. Second match, they batted well as well, but it's only that Pakistan ran them down. Can Pakistan run them down again? I think they can. But Australia, need to get their act together. Australia will bat first, I'm pretty sure. Can Cummins break McGrath's 563 Test wicket record? He's certainly moving up later. He's almost got 200 wickets at the moment after some 40-odd tests. As long as he keeps fit, there's every chance he could go very close, put it that way. No certainty that he will get there, of course. So, let's have a look here. At 8:28, what have we got here? We're going very close to announcements. So, Sky Kumar doesn't seem to be playing for Mumbai Indians, but they won't necessarily need him. Pakistan versus Australia. Of course, Australia have confirmed they'll be making one change with Jason Berenoff, the left-arm quick, coming in for Mitchell Swepson. There you go. So there has been a distinct change. Australia are bringing Berenoff for Swepson, and I think that's a good move. I think that's a strengthening move for the Australian bowling attack, because I just don't think Swepson's quite got that going for him at the moment. So that's probably a good selection, I would say. It's a pretty I'm updating as we speak. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Comes to Mohamed McGrath, age against him. Well, that's true. But you would have to give him a chance of being at least up there. He would probably be in our top 10 bowlers over time, and maybe in our top 5. But currently, Warne, on 7:08. And McGrath with 5:63, I believe. Then, of course, Nathan Lyon is third. And you've got people like Dennis Lilly up there as well. Australia is the world's #1 Test cricket team, world #3 at ODI, and world #6 there. Yeah, they're T20 credentials are not really there, but they won the damn thing last time, didn't they? Today is that day, Norman, when India won the 11 World Cup. Do you remember? Of course I do. Remember it vividly. It was India versus Sri Lanka. And Arjuna Ranatunga, who was very close to me, told me all about it. So there you go. Perks, hi for you too. Yeah, so we should be getting some results coming through here now. Let's have a look. So Australia have confirmed we're making a change of Behrendorff. Let's have a look. What have I got a message here which tells me that same thing? Yep, we've got the Australian team here actually. It's Aaron Finch, Travis Head, Ben McDermott, Marnus Labuschagne, Marcus Stoinis, Cameron Green, Alex Carey, Sean Abbott, Jason Behrendorff, Nathan Ellis, and Adam Zampa, with Mitchell Webson moving to 12th man, Ben Darjus, 13th and 14th being Matt Renshaw. I'm about to post that. I've got a posting that's just come through. It's come through about 6 minutes ago, as a matter of fact. There you go. So it has been confirmed about Matt Renshaw not playing, and Jason Behrendorff, he's playing. And that's pretty significant, isn't it, really? I think Behrendorff's a very good ball. He's playing the IPL as well. He's playing for RCB, as far as I'm aware. He and Hazelwood are both playing for RCB, which should put RCB in a good position, don't you think? You would think they would be in with a pretty good position there. So, as I said, we know that Australia's confirmed that there's no toss announcement yet. Let's have a look. I'm going to talk about the toss in a minute. Mumbai Indians, in fact, won the toss in their efforts, and they're chosen to bowl. That's against the Rajasthan Royals. Cheeky timing, this a little bit cheeky, the timing, I think, with the both of them. I'm not getting any update regarding. So Behrendorff, very nice, very good German name there, Behrendorff. Look, Swepson did admirably well, but I don't think much of his bowling. But I'm still going to maintain that suggestion. Rude of me to say that, but it's what I feel. Today is okay. Sorry, let's have a look at it. Please do commentary during my match. I will. Will you come live for tomorrow's IPL matches? I will try to. I want Australia going to win the series 2-1. You're talking about this particular team, this ODI. Okay. Pakistan won the toss and elected to bowl first again. There we go. Yes, they have. Well, they've done it for all three matches, haven't they? They've done it for all three matches. So you have to give them that credit. Pakistan, again, won the toss and elected to bowl first. Well, they won the second match on that basis. Pakistan, yeah, I've got that all now. Norman, you support India versus Australia Test Series. Well, a good series, what I'll call it. Pakistan won the toss and elected to bowl first. Yes. I got that so much. It says Asif Ali in Swad Shakil out. Okay. There we go. Where's it saying that? And that's a pretty significant question. That is about the efforts of. Let's have a look. So yeah, there's so much going on. Here we go. We've got the Australian 11 up, which we know of because I already put that up. And again, I'll repeat that. Travis Head with Finch, with McDermott first drop, Labuschagne, Stoinis, Alex Carey, Cameron Green, Abbott, Ellis, Behrendorff, and Adam Zampa. I've not been impressed with Swepson. I haven't been either. Asif Ali is in for Swad Shakil. Okay, well, you come live. Yes, I will. What will be the ideal score? Yeah, okay. So Mumbai Indians, as I said earlier, Mumbai Indians. Won the toss. and elected to bowl. Okay. That's a pretty good selection. So let's have a look what's going on. There's so much going all at once. It should be an unusual, easy chase for the team. Pakistan. I think that they've made themselves aware. So look, we're not getting the updated Pakistan sound. I'm not happy with that. But you're saying that there's no mention here at all at this point. Mumbai Indians side. Let's have a look what's going on there. Here we go. So Pakistan's team. Fakhar Zaman, of course, Imam Al-Haq, Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan's at 4. Asif Ali, as was mentioned, is in. Iftikhar Ahmed, Kushal Shah, who batted very well, Mohammad Wazim, Haris Ralph, Zahid Mahmood, and Shaheen Sharafri. One change, exactly. We've got that exact change which you mentioned. Well done, who told me that. That's good work. The Australian side, well, so Asif Ali is coming in as so is Shakil. Sounds like a strengthening of their team for sure. Very interesting. Mumbai Indians, Rajasthan Royal sides. Navdeep Saini comes in for the place of Nathan Coulter-Nile. Samsung's mentioned. So there's just too much happening. Nathan Coulter-Nile's kind of went a little bit off the boil a bit in terms of Australian Test cricket. As Australia won like form cricket, he's lost his position somewhat, and it seems to be he's also out of favour here. So what's happening, guys? We'll turn back to the Australian-Pakistan match. So as I said earlier, Norman, hello from India SJ. Peck's loving it. Thanks, Reg. Aaron Finch is unlucky. He lost all 3 tosses. No, he hasn't lost all 3 tosses. He won. No, actually, that's true. He has lost all 3 tosses. You're right. That's right. Pakistan won one and have elected to bowl all 3. Correct. Weird that Pakistan won the toss thrice and also thrice they decided to bowl. Look, Pakistan are keeping the volition of thinking that they will win by batting last, and they did do that in the second match, didn't they? So you've got to give them that credit. If they think that, if they bat like that in the second match, they will win the match. And you never know, Australia may not get the same amount of runs the third time around. So no, I think that was a fair decision. So again, Pakistan won the toss and elected to bowl. Pakistan's team with Fakhar Zaman, Imam Al-Haq, Babar Azam as captain, Mohammad Rizwan, all great players. Asif Ali, well, that's interesting. I think he will bolster the batting somewhat. Iftikhar Ahmed can bowl as well as bat. Kushal Shah was fantastic in the previous match. Mohammad Wazim was also very good. Haris Ralph, Zahid Mahmood, Shaheen Sharafri. So I'm glad Haris Ralph, I've got a lot of time for him. So I've tested you at excellent style. Please reply to me. Okay. Well, let me have a look. I haven't seen it yet. So whereabouts have you done it on? You're saying on whereabouts? Accept. Where have you done it? I can't. Sakib Entertainment, what name are you going under? I can't see you anywhere. On Instagram, did you say? Was it? Oh, okay. Is it at non-coach? I'm not seeing it. I'll have a look later for sure, okay? I don't think Australia could score 300 today. Well, interesting. I'm interested to see what they can. Good opening stand is critical in this high voltage match. On your thoughts on this? There's no doubt about it. Well, Travis Head has done well in the first 2 matches, but can he do it 3 times in a row? We'll see. Norman has won the toss and chose to field. It's bowl. That's right. I've got that noted. And the teams wise, let's just see they're going to put the teams up here. So Rajasthan Royals, certainly. Mumbai Indians is Sharma, Ishan Kashan. What a great opening pair they are. Alamalpreet Singh, N. Tilak, Varma, Kieran Pollard, great. Tim David, great. Samuel Sams, wow, that's 2 good players. Ashwin, Bumrah, Tyler Mills, Basil Thumpy. That's a pretty bloody good side. Pretty good side from Mumbai Indians. And Rajasthan Royals, Josh Butler, Yashavi Chaswal, who we're all saying is great future. Sanju Sampson, great player. Padikal's great. Shimrock Hetmeyer, We have Parag, Ashwin, as two options playing, Chahal, and of course Trent Bolt with Navdeep Sandhi and Prashdeep Singh. Rajasthan Royals have taken quite a few of their players there from the ranks of Mumbai Indians, haven't they? What have we got going on here? There we have it. We have we're certainly having a lot of posts going on here. Law of averages says Travis Head will flop today. I kind of agree. I wholeheartedly agree, as a matter of fact. There's a lot going on here. We've got Mumbai Indians games, we've got bloody Rajasthan Royals playing, and it's all happening. We've got the... What's more important to you guys? Well, I think Australia-Pakistan has more of an edge to it. Law of averages is right. So night match will be a thriller match. I think it will be too. Amlon Bora. Reg, you need to remember that Norman loves Aaron Finch. I do. But Aaron Finch's captaincy has been incredibly significant. Who won the World Cup last year? Australia. Who was the captain? Aaron Finch. Do I need to say any more? Reg Vernon, are you going to complain about that one? Australia are going to beat England tomorrow too. I'll tell you right now. You bet your sweet Patuskis. So Pakistan cricket, there we are. Pakistan team, we've got the team sheet from them. Impressive indeed. Usman Khadir was actually in this. He was 12th man, so he was very close to being considered. They were giving Usman Khadir. Yawn, Reg Vernon, stop yawning because you'll be crying tomorrow in Australia when Alyssa Healy smacks bloody what's that bowls Eccleston out of the bloody... Eccleston should have been sinking their Formula One, shouldn't she? I know, that's all her. No one hates Travis Head and Swepson. I don't hate Devashis. I don't hate. Just don't think they're good. That's all. Your prediction 2-1 Australia or 1-2 pack? I think 1-2 pack. I'm talking about Finch form as a player. It will hurt Australia in the future. Sanford Bakaria, stop being so hard on Aaron Finch. It's not hurting anyone. He's won a World Cup. He was captain of a World Cup winning team. What is wrong with that? Is that not good enough form for you to be in the side? Come on, give me a break. Seriously. Where's Moses Carter help me out? He should be here. I mean, he's running a bit late, but he'll be here. He's saying, Ashan Butt, consider how the second... Okay. I think Pakistan have stuck to their guns. All three matches, won the toss and elected to bowl. It didn't work the first game. Second game, it worked. So with that momentum, will it work for the third? I think it will. Aaron's individual form is a bit concerning. It may be, yes, but so was many other captains and many other sides, and they won tournaments because of their captaincy. So don't forget that. To Barsha Mahdi, I don't see Finch captain Australia in next year's footy. It's a bit early to be saying that. I'll tell you that now. If form mattered, Norman would never play cricket again. If form mattered, Norman wouldn't never play cricket again. My form has been outstanding. What are you talking about? I beat that MCC mob with your son Chris any day. We'll see next year when I go on another Ashes Test series. It'll be mine. 09, 13, 15, 19. It's 4, and it'll be my 5th one in 23. Let's just see what happens there. Obviously, an Australian SCG 11 team touring England, unstoppable, unflappable, everything. Pitch looks flat. 375 should be on the board. What do you think? Dubé, it looks like it will be a high-scoring match, but that's good. I love that. It's exciting. It's very, 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 very exciting. But then you got the other one on the other end of the subcontinent there in where we're playing. We're playing at Andivak D.Y. Patil ground, which is in Mumbai, I believe. So Mumbai Indians should be special for that. Even though Rajasthan Royals have got a better side than I first give credit for. New Zealand, by the way, 9 for 264, and Netherlands all out for poultry 146. New Zealand by 118 runs. Whoopie-doo. Action movie sent three big love hearts to me. I like that. Young Chris is a very useful cricketer. I didn't say he wasn't a useful cricketer. useless. Some people have said about him. He's a very good cricketer, but not to my bowling. It's not. He runs when he has to face my bowling. Let's be honest. My bowling is. Have you, Reg or Chris or anyone on the line here ever bowled the MCG and SCG and taken wickets? I have. I'm going to have a bit of munch here on that one. It is true. Jason Beredov's inclusion, though, is significant. I'm just putting on the screen Reg Verner's comments. Read, look at that. Read that. Read that. It's very upsetting. It's blasphemous, really, from Barnstable. That's blasphemous. Not happy, Jan. Hello, Abraham. You're back to be. It's not good record and desires association charge. Let's not be that heavy. You should bowl the MCG, but the ball hasn't reached the other end yet. Reg, how do you know? How do you know? Have you got evidence? No, I've got evidence. It's all over my YouTube. If Australia loses the toss, will they regret resting their main players? They probably will, in all fairness. They probably will. I'm getting all these messages about who's in the team. Have a DC watch party. And the Delhi Capitals watch party. I'm hoping I'll know on that later. All right. So, as far as this game is concerned, okay, if Australia loses today, get resting their main players. So I think that's a fair point. But they have to take this seriously. Every time a team steps on the pitch representing a country, it should be their best side, period. Especially the amount of money they're getting paid. There is absolutely no bloody excuses at all, to be honest. I would have to argue that's quite upsetting. So you should not lose your best team. So, Fakhar Zaman, a lot been said about him, hasn't produced quite yet what he can, but Imam Al-Haq, 4 centuries, 2 in the Test series, a further 2 in the ODI series. Simply fantastic. Really, simply fantastic. Putting up some angry faces here. Reposition that. So look at the. Okay, there's an angry face going here for my. Do you all go to my community page? When you go on the tabs of YouTube, you have home, videos, playlists, community. If you click on the community page, there's a raft of photos there, as well as other parts. So you need to all go to that. So, so what's happened here? We've got some more comments. Norman can certainly get the ball swinging. It swings over the deep mid-wicket boundary, long on boundary, and every other boundary for 6. Rich Vernon, your female cricket team are going to be walloped by our female cricket team tomorrow. Australia will smash England with the greatest of these. Do not eat cookies and sweets. It's not good for your health. Subhash Chandra Bharatha, I'm just drinking because I need something to keep me perky. Norman, check Australian media. Australian media says coach and selectors not happy with Finch's performances. Finch at age 36. No, that's not true. They're not saying that at all, actually. It's the bowling attack cover. And look, Aaron Finch could come out with a bolt today. So be careful. Don't be knocking him too much. Norman, Australia's winning at the moment. That's why he stays as captain. He won a World Cup. He was captain of a World Cup team only last year. Hello? I don't think I'll be dropping a person to captain the World Cup. When your teams win World Cups, you can talk. Australia won the T20 World Cup. And then with a bloody good show again this year at home. Okay, so if Australia loses, they'll drop. Well, let's leave Aaron Finch alone. He's doing too well. How much do you think would be a par score for Australia? Abhishek Ashwasi. Now, what did they get the last innings? They got the series. Let's look at the Pakistan Australia series. The scores were the results. 348 Australia got for 8 after their 50 overs, and an over to spare, Pakistan got 349. Really, you'd argue that 350 is a kind of a benchmark by what we've just seen. 350 will put them in a good position, but I personally don't think Australia will get that. And even despite that, it'll be difficult for Pakistan to run down. So even if Australia get around the 300 mark, with Berendorf, he could well be the difference, because I think Swepson was a bit of an easy meet. South African test, first test. South Africa were out for 367. Bangladesh were 5 for 179, which is they're still 188 runs, not even halfway into their getting the score. So, Bangladesh and Durban, it's a hard effort for them. So we've got Rajasthan Royals versus Mumbai Indians first up, and then after that we've got another match coming up after that as well. So, all right, so Australia versus Pakistan. Pakistan, third time in a row, won the toss and decided to bowl. Do not eat cookies and sweets. It's not good for you. A bit late for that advice. Charming, Reg Vernon. He's going to be narky, isn't he? Reg Vernon's getting a bit narky in his old age. It's a Vernon trait from Chris Up. That's been a clear trait. The reality is that England have been doing stuff all that week. Who won the Ashes? Let me just hear everyone. Who won the Ashes from Australia and England? It was Australia, wasn't it? 4-0 or something? Who won? Has England done anything lately? Have they won anything? No. Who did England play against West Indies? What was the score between England and West Indies? Look, England got smashed. They dropped their coach, their CEO, their this and that. Oh my God! No one's bowling as a concern for Australia. It is a little bit. Berendorf's needed, I think, but they're a bit of a worry. Don 007 has joined us. He says he hasn't been here for a while. Aussies 305, Pakistan 2. Here we go. Hello, Parveen. How are you? Reg Vernon, Aussies 305, Pakistan 210 all out. No, I don't think so. Why can't Finch come at number 3? McDermott and Head can open, your view. Aaron Finch is a notorious opening batsman. He should stay there. And I think that's a fair point. In fact, Head shouldn't be opening. McDermott should be opening. Non-bowler is a concern. It is. Pakistan literally were in trouble last match when they lost Bubba and Rizwan. They came through. Crystal, they came through big time. Bubba Azam, Virat Kohli is real king, main news. Okay. Jack Delgado, I think you got a point there, but we'll wait and see. My Australian best ODI team, Warner, Head. No, Head's not my best team. Warner, McDermott, I'd even argue. Then it's going to be Warner and Aaron Finch. Smith, Mitch Marsh. Mitch Marsh will go 3. Smith will go 4. Maxwell, Carey, Cameron Green. Well, Cameron Green may not stay if Maxwell's in and Mitch Marsh is in. Zampa, Hazelwood, Stark, Cummins. Yeah, that's pretty close, but no, I don't think Cameron Green's yet forced his way in. Zampa certainly has. I put Stoinis in front of Cameron Green, and I would have Warner still in there at the moment with Aaron Finch. Because who would you have captain there? That doesn't make any sense. All right. Shah, in the absence of the main bowling, I believe, yeah, but Berendorf's certainly going to be important. But has he had enough, warm up for this? Let's see. Pakistan could have picked Usman Khadir in place of Iftikhar. I agree. Usman Khadir can be in that factor. He's he really is a spark. He's enormous. He's Adam Zampa quality. Could even be another Shane Warne, really, in terms of his skill. Oh, yes, Ashir Shah is another one that's not around. Do you think Travis had used his opportunities well? I never thought he was going to get a chance. Yeah, he is taking his opportunities, but you can't score 1 or 2 good innings and then not do anything for another 10, 15 matches. And that's what's notorious about this man. It's quite ordinary. Reg Vernon, Virat Kohli hasn't done anything for 4 years now. His form is well. It's been pretty ordinary, yes, but his record is still phenomenal. He was that far up there that he's had a few years where he hasn't played well, but he's still up there. Still up there, Reg. Come on. Virat Kohli's still up there. The top 5 batters, Bubba Azam's definitely up there. Virat Kohli's still there. Kane Williamson went fit. Would that be up there? Steve Smith is my major doubt, to be honest. I'd then consider Khawaja in that top 5. Was that someone I leave out someone? I might have left someone else up. Virat Kohli hasn't done anything for 4 years now. Okay, we've talked about that. So, as much as they like Asaf Ali, Solid Shaquille's not getting enough chances. I think there's some discussion about that. But Pakistan have their reasons. They must have their reasons for it. Biram Irani's joining.
Hi Norman, how are you?
I'm very well. Reg Vernon's been giving it to me about he thinks England are really good. The Australian women's team will smash England tomorrow, and he's making these predictions about Australia winning. But I think Reg Vernon. I was talking the top 5 batsmen. I couldn't think of the 5th batsman. Well, in fact, the 5th batsman is Root. Baba Azam, Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, and/or Khawaja, Williamson, and Root. Root still probably is right up there. You can't compare Virat Kohli with Finch. Why would we be comparing Virat Kohli with Finch?
You're talking about what test? You're talking what format are you talking about?
Overall.
Okay. I think it's better to talk about formats given the current situation of world cricket.
Fair enough.
Yeah, talking about TI and pardon.
Test cricket still leads the commentary as far as
yes.
How good a play.
So how's the mood there for the finals tomorrow, World Cup finals?
Oh, I mean, Australia's going to win. I mean, although
that both the semi-finals were a big bore, like very, very one-sided.
Pakistan, not Pakistan, sorry, South Africa. I told you, they fell apart. They were smashed.
Even West Indies, like it was such a boring match to watch, both of them.
I don't know whether they're boring. I had very little time for the South African approach. I think that they deserve to be leaders. Well, I'm afraid they can't get their mental act together. You can win every group stage match, but that means 0 when you go win the semi-final. England lost their first 3 matches, and they've come into the final. How do they do that? Because they previously, of course, won the World Cup. They are the holders of the ODI World Cup. Australia was the holder of the T20 World Cup. It's going to be a great match, let's be honest. Okay, let's get back to Australia versus Pakistan, which is about to start in another 3 minutes. And
Pakistan won the toss again. They are lucky in winning the toss.
Well, they keep fielding first, but anyway, that's all right. Bowling first.
But that's the reason is the dew. Dew is very much the reason, Norman. Like in the last show, I remember you and Mohsen were talking about that Pakistan should have batted first and showed intent, but honestly, that doesn't make sense. If you're out to win, obviously you will want the conditions to be with you. And what happened in the previous match was something, but given the conditions, given the thing, that's the situation. The same thing with the this even reminds me of the '96 World Cup.
I'm going to hit this to Basti Mahanti. He always likes to come back at facts that he's right. He got me on this because I said Australia would win the. I said England would win the. No, did I say England would win the Ashes 3-2? Did I say that? Maybe I did. But look,
I don't think so. No,
he writes these.
I thought you said. I thought you said Australia would win 3-2.
Yeah, anyway, but we talked about the top 5 batters. Okay, we talked about Root. I should remember he's number 1 still at the moment. He has performed the best for some time. Root would have to be up there. Baba Azam's up there clearly. Kohli and Smith are hanging on with Williamson, who's also hanging on because he's injured. But the man that really deserves the Australian mantle at the moment is who? Khawaja. Really deserves it.
But that's very recent. If you take the last 2 years, I think I would rate Manas Labuschagne.
Oh, Labuschagne, please. Stay away with him. He's okay. In the last 2 years of Test cricket, Joe Root has scored more centuries than Azam. Yes, I know that, Reg. I said Root's there. Okay, relax. Okay, he's getting uppity because he knows tomorrow his women's team is going to be smashed, and he's trying to get points early because he won't get a bloody point tomorrow. Joe Root is literally carrying the team. He is. There's an element of that going on for sure. Baram, you look wow. Rohani, Saloon, Sakun. Who the hell's this? You have a lover or something?
I'm not even shaved, Norman. I don't know. I look.
Kazim Iqbal, Leach should open the innings for England. Now, there's a lot of sense to that. A lot of sense to that indeed, because let's be honest, that number 10, 11 batsman. So I love that comment. Really, Quasi, Leach needs to open. Don 007, have you forgotten who got the most runs in the ring? The highest partnership was number 10 and 11. Jack
Yeah,
Leach was
are you watching the Bangladesh South Africa match? Bangladesh is making a good fight back. Huh?
Yeah. I find it difficult to watch South Africa, to be honest. I'm being really honest. I'm not a big fan of South Africa. Right.
But a lot of cricket happening. Like we are inundated with cricket right now, Norman. Don't you think?
I know. We've got time for it. Norman Smith averaged 16 tests. Look, Tabash Mahanti. Smith has been in horrible form. Above Azam's century in the second test match was absolutely amazing. That 196, even though they lost the match or they drew the match, well, you'd argue that was a win because of his batting. Let's be honest. All right, I'm waiting for this. Where are we? Pakistan versus third game.
Babar Azam's comment about them dominating the first two tests was, I don't know. How can you, from a losing position, you got a match to be drawn? How can you say you are dominating? I don't know, the definition of dominating needs to be revised.
Here we go. Travis Head's about to face the first ball here. I think this is the acid test. If they can get ahead early, we're going to have a bit of a collapse here. Shane's going. Oh, he bowled first ball. Bowled first ball.
Who, Shine?
Shane? No, yeah, Shane just bowled. Travis Head first ball.
Shine is very dangerous his first over. Huh? First 2 overs is very, very dangerous.
First ball hits smack on the base of the stumps.
Yorker.
I tell you what, that's about as significant a start as you'll get. Travis Head scored a century in 89, and now he's out for a big fat duck. And what did I say? What did I say?
I don't know.
Awful.
What did it?
He was like, Shaheen did the big boom. Okay, now on your prediction for the two sides reaching Walters.
I hope it's not a no ball.
Uncle Nag, that was a shocker. Absolute shocker. Shaheen Afridi's loving this moment. That was awful. So what about this comment I just highlighted? The World Test Championship. It's probably going to be Australia versus India or Pakistan. I still think that. I'd say Africa. Lytton Dassler's been a good batsman in recent years. He has. All right. That's the match. Yeah, that's the match. It's a pretty good comment. Travis Head goes. McDermott comes in. He's going to be. Australia are going to be put under a lot of pressure here. A hell of a lot of pressure. Now you get one or two more batsmen. You get one or two more batsmen. Australia's got a very, very, I wouldn't say long tail, but a very inexperienced tail.
Okay.
My God.
Okay, Norman, I'll take a leave. Sorry, I just came for a short duration, but need to go.
Oh, I see. Where are you?
I'm again at the swimming pool. My son just finished his swimming, so need to take him home.
Are you on permanent holiday? What's going on here?
Pardon?
Are you on a permanent holiday there or something? Oh, I tell you what. Oh my God, that next ball almost was out as well.
No, I'm not on a holiday. Today's Saturday and it's evening. So Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, Norman. I think you must be working, but most of the other people don't work.
This is not work. This is not work. This is entertainment for me. This is me meeting up with my mates and having some fun.
It's 10,000 passion mates showing out.
That's
so anyway, see you guys, see you everyone, and all the best and have a lovely weekend ahead.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Ciao, ciao. Tabashis Mohanty, you're saying it's a check my hospital. I may well have said, but you need to. Can you send me a link to that video because I've done something I forgot. That first ball out. Oh, poor stuff here. This is a hell of a bad start. Getting out first ball. Shaheen's gone straight to Bubba. That's a huge wicket to get first up. Huge wicket, and Shaheen is the factor. He's such an important part of this team, and he's proven it yet again. McDermott's faced 2 balls, and oh, geez, that was another beautiful delivery, right on his toes. I was out. They're not reviewing, I don't think. Are they? You're talking about the 4th ball because it looks like it might be. No, it's not the bat. There's a ball after we're talking about. This is a testing moment. If Ben McDermott goes, we're straight into the order. We're straight. Well, it's going to be a few Australian batsmen are going to be a little bit nervous now at this point. Let's have a look here. Ben McDermott facing Shaheen. Oh, geez, he got that out just. I tend to jinx batsmen. I was just chatting with a friend that Travis is going to get at least 90. Well, Don 007, you're not living up to your number, are you? Tell you what, that was Shane's bowling magnificent Yorkers, though. Absolutely magnificent Yorkers. Incredible bowler, Shaheen. A lot of potential. He keeps his fitness up. He'll be a long-term danger. I remember the Indian versus Pakistan World Cup matches. I do too. One in Australia you're talking about? At Adelaide Oval? I'll tell you what an opening over. Wicket maiden. Not a bad way to start. Not a bad way to start, guys. Norman, again, you started to criticise Head because he failed one innings and you forgot about this match. Look, no, the Bastard Mahadi, I said to you that he gets notoriously a century and then falls away. And he's a duck, first of all. That's not exactly, I'm criticising because it was not good. Let's be honest. Imam Al-Haq was not out first ball. Babar Azam was not out first ball. There's running batting lineup. Have a look at this. The Rajasthan Royals match started slowly on for 11 off into the second. Harris Ralph, looking magnificent. What was his speed there? Gaddafi staying Lahore. You couldn't get a better venue, could you? Shaheen bowling to KL Rule and Rohit Sharma. That'll be something, Uncle Nate. I reckon they'll be quite a sight. So the Australian batting lineup. Let's have a look here. You've got Marnus Labuschagne coming in next. Now, if he goes in early, anything can happen. Steiners is great value. Carey's up and down. Green is pretty strong. Then you get into Abbott and Berenov and Ellison as that. But there's a bit of a shakiness to the Australian batting line, I'll tell you. You get another wicket or two now, it'll be very difficult for Australia to pick up from this. I'm the most neutral fan here. I believe a Curtis Camper fan. Okay. But I like you, Don 007. You're always very informative. I do like you. Those that are subscribing to my channel are talking here. Now, you 77 that are watching at the moment, how many of you actually hit the subscribe button to Eyes on Cricket? Hit the notification button and go to Norm Koch. Oh, hello. Harris Ralph's got a wicket. Aaron Finch looks out to me. Australia are 2 for none. Finch is walking. He's not even considering going. We've exposed a big weakness in the Australian time for Aaron to play captain's innings. A bit late now. He got out for a duck. Uncle Nate. Harris Ralph, magnificent delivery. Look at it. Straight through him. Oh, did it clean him up or what? Harris Ralph is something. They should leave him in the side and the test side. Aaron Finch, 3-ball duck. Travis said golden duck. Australia 2 for none. Labuschagne's in with McDermott. You get one of these two out, say Labuschagne, then Australia are in deep trouble. What a victory so far. This has been, well, it's not a victory, a victory. Yes, Tabasha, Curtis Camphor might be the thing for Ireland in the future, I believe. I believe he's going to take Ireland cricket to great heights. Don 007, you may be right, but you may not be right. We'll wait and see. A bit early to be saying something like that, don't you think? Analytics, let's have a look at the analytics here. Oh, we're certainly going gangbusters here. We've got It's the live broadcast. Oh, by the way, guys, I should let you know that we will have one of you people watching tonight will be the 5 millionth viewer of my channel since it started. 5 million views. It's happening tonight. In fact, it's happening right now. One of you guys are going to have to take the prize of being the 5 millionth viewer. Who will that be? Who can say they were the 5 millionth person to view this channel? So we're going to expect Bubba Masterclass. We certainly will, something or other. Express pace by 2 opening bowls. Yes, it is. So yes, we have a person today who's going to show me the money. We're going to have, in the last hour, we've just done magnificently well. Let's have a look at the overview. The views at the moment, what are we up on? I'll be able to tell you. We are going to hit 5 million views today. 5 million. That's a lot. So, okay. So who is it going to be? Is it going to be Uncle Nike or Don 007? Who's it going to be? Who's the 5 millionth viewer today? Who's going to be the 5 millionth viewer? Let's have a look here. I'll tell you what, there's certainly a fever over this game, isn't there? Magnificent. Hello, Kamran Khan twice. Who's my batsman? Amal Akbar is a defensive batsman. You are can't compare. Why? No, because Babar Azam is street head and shoulders above head. Come on. Babar Azam is class. Travis Head's a bit of a whacker. He's not class. Imam is built that ability. Crashing Surfer coming near 5 million views. Love views. 5 million views. It's 2 for 4. So Loveshane's taken. He's hit a 4 of his first boards. See where this went. He played a good shot. Loveshane may be the saviour. We'll see. Head can win you matches single-handedly, but Imam can't. Are you kidding me, Demarshall? He scored 4 centuries. The first and second tests. First test, sorry, 2 on the first test. He got scores right throughout. Then he got century in both the first and second ODI. What are you talking about? Hope it's me. Good night. Might be. Don 007 views. Send number. I'm gonna have a. I can't look at it now, but I'm going to tell you. One of you guys is the 5 millionth. 5 millionth. Jaswal is out, is he? Substitute Bakari is falling on the match there. Addison was on 1 for 13. Thanks for that update. But that Jaswal has got a lot of potential, though, hasn't he? He really has. He's outstanding. So look at that. Duck. Head and Finch both out for Ducks. McDermott's also not out 0. Labuschagne is going still for 4, but they're nowhere near on track at this stage to do what they did the previous innings. I'll tell you right now. They're in dire trouble. So we got 2,000. Already had 5,000 viewers here. Another thing to play long innings. Well, he's going to have to be partnered by people as well. Quasi Miqbal, Aussies 4-2 in the 1.4 overs. Yeah, we certainly know that. So Jaswal was out for 1. Caught Tim David, bowled Jasprit Bumrah. What a great bowler he is. Hoping Daniel Sams gets Butler out. Daniel Sams is a bloody good player. Plays for Rand McPeterson, actually, too. He's well loved by us in Australia. He's a great player. I remember meeting him the other day at the boundary of around at Coogee Oval, actually. Great guy. Aaron Finch should have reviewed his wicket. But he didn't, did he? No point in talking about it. He didn't review his wicket, did he? So that's pretty unfortunate. But, when you review, you review. Where is Mohsin Khan today? If this is his day of reckoning, the team is... These teams just, 90, really, he's... There we have it. Massive day. Massive day for Pakistan. They really have a big chance here of winning this. This will be huge for them. Let's hope they do it. Huge day for Pakistan. Really huge day. If Labuschagne and McDermott get out early, Australia will be in big trouble. Sadfiq Bakari, there's no doubt about that at all. They're in, you would argue, big trouble right now. Even before that, those wickets fall. Labuschagne's a significant wicket now. And they get these 2 guys out pretty cheaply, and we're going to see some hell for leather here. Good on Pakistan. But Lassane needs to show patience. Labuschagne? Who's Labuschagne? If Labuschagne, yeah, if you mean Labuschagne is what then, aren't you, Tom? Very sad about Shane Warne, isn't it? Everywhere I look, his videos come up. It's just terrible. Still to this moment, we can't overcome that. Let's have a look here. Ooh, very, very close again. Shahid Afridi going up. They're considering it. The way the flow of the innings, I'd be considering as well. Why shouldn't you? Labuschagne, RIP, autocorrect. You reckon RIP is out? Is that what you're thinking? Got 007? Alim Dar, Rashid Raz, two good umpires. Alim Dar's a fantastic umpire. Absolutely amazing. Close call for Marnus. Let's see. I think he's going to survive it. Marnus has a lot of luck. A lot of luck. Way, way too much luck for one batsman. And you can't say luck because he deserves it either. And Pakistan get another wicket or two. Heaven help Australia. They're going to be struggling. Well, they're already in a position to struggle, aren't they? 350 is very unlikely. Look at those two, Mohammad Yusuf and Saqlain Mushtaq. Two very cool players. To the umpires, Asham Raza. At this point, let's have a look. They're slow to show the replay. What are they appealing for? Not LBW. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Nowhere near it. No, nowhere near. There's daylight between that bat and ball. It was a very bad review. Anyway, I guess at this early stage, you don't necessarily know, do you? No, not out. Want to hear no run sounds. No run from Labuschagne you're talking about. Butler is on. Okay, Butler, he's a great player. Very much undervalued, I think. I wonder where Mosen is. He's missing out on a huge night. Shaheen Afridi is bowling out of his skin here at the moment. And I know Butler's on the other game. Daylight between bat and ball there was. And it never looked close, to be really honest with you. It never looked close at all. So I don't know what's going on there. It's a pity. That's right. They won't need to worry about that. 466 by 466 by Butler. Oh, there we go. And Butler's pretty damn hot form. Okay. Here comes Shaheen into Labuschagne. Tell you what, he's bowling some incredible Yorkers here, though. They're just mind-blowingly accurate. Very, very accurate indeed. It's quite outstanding, as a matter of fact. Make sure you guys view, like, and share my posts and subscribe to Eyes on Cricket. And also put the notification button at Norm Koch, which is both Instagram, also, what else is it? Instagram, Twitter, and Norman Koch, that's my Facebook and my LinkedIn. But yes, please subscribe to the channel if you're here for the first time. Shaheen's on fire. He certainly is. Waste of a review by Packer. It was a waste of a review. Reviews won't matter if they just take wickets. Butler, I'd say, is the key wicket here, along with Samson and Paddock Cole. Yeah, but Rangers and Rolls are a lot stronger than your first look at. They've got their best players on deck at the one time. They're not lacking their best players, which they normally, that's where their issue has always become, hasn't it? Uncle. Sure, okay. Uncle Naka, I'm going to tell you the 5 millionth view of my page today, my YouTube channel that is, I'll tell you 5 million. It's a lot of people. A lot of repeats too, I must say. But I'm very proud of that, guys. So far, we've got 6,600 viewers tonight. 6,600. I'm already subscribed, so good job. Thanks, Don Double S. I know you are. You've been subscribed for, but some people that are not. We've got 6,700 people viewing tonight. 6,700. Pretty damn good. We had not the previous one. We had 4,900, and the one before that we had 9,300. So this one already at 6,700 is well on the way to a good total. 26 runs by Butler in the over. Well, that's a magnificent over by Butler, no doubt. But the over we're all wanting to see is how Ralph on his second over now. I'll tell you what, Labuschagne looks pretty solid. But Ralph's showing a lot of grimacing on his face. 5 million is 50 lakhs in India, isn't it? Okay. Finch gets out a lot of the time LBW. It's one of his major failings, actually. Harris Ralph. Let's keep the momentum going, pal. Harris Ralph played for my SCG11 team, would you believe, a few years ago. Lovely bloke. Oops, he's given McDermott a chance down the leg side, but something like a single, which is all right. The way, okay, Bubba Azam and Imam got great centuries in the last match, but it's the way that their finishes, the middle order, Kushtil was just magnificent. Some great shots. They've got some depth there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. They've got some depth in this team. And with Shaheen and Harris Ralph, great combination, great bowlers in tandem, especially on Gaddafi Stadium. Come live tomorrow for IPL matches. I will start for I will. Because all the ODIs, we finished with only one T20 to go for the Australia Pack Series. What's Ralph speed? Ralph speed's Harris Ralph's buying 145.6 clicks. That's bloody fast. 2 for 6 off what is virtually 4 overs. Not a good scoring rate for an ODI, I'll tell you right now. Australia will not get through 50. To recover from this damage. I don't think so, Manoj. John, I think they're looking at a total of, who knows, they'll lose a few more wickets, it'll be less than 200. But I think 250 would be a get out of jail score for them. Great start. Australia may not, if Australia lose one of these two, if not both of these two, then we're in some deep trouble. Stoinis is a great batter, I must say. Carey and the like sound, whether they can tear them apart like Travis Head did and McDermott did in the previous matches, I don't think so. 2 for 6. Magnificent score. Well, magnificent score for who? Yeah, for Pakistan. Mushal speaks, can I come? Where can you come? Can I join? What do you mean, online? Mergen Ashwin has been quite underrated as a spinner. I think he has too. With a name like Ashwin, it's pretty hard to keep pace on the blazer. Mushal speaks, well, you'll have to come another time. Not today, though, because I have never mentioned you before. I can't throw you on until I get to know you, okay? So go to my, have you subscribed, Mushal speaks. One thing, have you subscribed? Go to my Instagram and message me there, okay? Then we'll talk. Okay. IPL match, we'll talk about that more later. This stage, Pakistan are Australia are 2 for 6 into their 5th over. And they keep this run rate up, they'll be barely 50 runs. Scott Morrison and PM Morty did a virtual summit earlier in the day today. Well, there you go. About what? About the whole Ukraine thing, probably. On a cricket level from Pakistan, I'm 13 years old. Well, sure, Sphinx. If you're 13, that's okay. If you want to go on, I'll get ready for you. Just send me your details, all right? We'll get you on later, okay? Maybe for the T20. Mohammed wasn't. He was 20 years of age. It was a slow ball, and it showed. But we did it up unexpectedly. There was no one near the ball, though, unfortunately. Sheen's bowling fantastically. Needs a couple more. What a coach they've got there in Sean Tate. What a coach, I'll tell you now. Oh, another magnificent Yorker. Right out of Sean Tate handbook, that one. Certainly great. Shaheen Afridi, look at that beautiful, beautiful ball. Oh, well played though. Then we did play it very well. I'll tell you what, he has to play very well, because otherwise he'll be clean bowled. You're not going to get any runs off these Yorkers either. Trade between two great countries. Oh, of course, that's good. Except Rahul Chahar and Rabada Punjab bowling looks week in week. And Andre Russell is just magnificent. He gets better. Ben McDermott so far has got 1 run off 15 deliveries. 2 for 6. Oh, it's a beautiful delivery. Very decent pace, good short ball. Robert M., how are you? Which side would you take into the T20 if you were a coach selector? Which side? What are you talking about, the Australian side now? Thanks, Michelle Speaks, you're a subscriber. Robert M., you're talking about the Australian team? Well, Glenn Maxwell's got to be there. Steiners has got to be there. Wade's got to be there. Hazelwood, of his recent form, has to be there. I won't see Berendorf. We'll see what he's like. He deserves to be there. So Repson, I would say no. Batting wise, Mitchell Masters deserves his opportunities. Aaron Finch has got to stay captain, and that means he plays. Warner, if he can bat at his best, is worth having in there. Steve Smith, jury's out about him. He's not been playing well, but his experience counts, but hasn't been playing that well. Yeah, that's pretty much my side. Alex Carey or Josh English, what's a hard one? I'm good. So I think Josh English over Alex Carey, if I'm being really honest with you. Uncle Nate wants to know my prediction on the IPL winning to 2022. We did a video on that, on who I thought and what others thought. RCB looks good. Whether they can break the hoodoo now that they've got Faf to Proceed. Oh, he's out. Is he? Yes, he is. There it is. There, Labuschane's out for 4. Right, Harris Ralph's taking his second wicket. Australia are 3 for 6. 3 for 6. Harris Ralph, magnificent delivery. He's just taken Labuschane, caught it first slip for 4. So, head duck. Finch duck. Labuschane 4. McDermott's not out 1. 3 for 6. Australia are a mess. Realistically, that's pretty much closed the door on them winning, I think. Oops. Straight into Baba Azam's hands. Was that Baba Azam? I'm not sure. No, it was if to go, I think. Great wicket to take. Imam's extremely happy. Look at Harris Ralph. He's ecstatic. He's got Labuschagne and he's got Finch. Harris Ralph should be bowling in their test matches. They've missed a trick there. Pity about the COVID stuff, because he should open the bowling for Pakistan. Oh, IPL's not the worst league ever. You can't say that. Shocking stuff. Harris Ralph is a dead set legend. I'll tell you what, he's going to be one of the future bowlers with Shaheen and Harris Ralph opening their bowling attack. Hassan Ali, I know, is good too, but no, these two need to be the opening bowling attack for the country. Australia 3 for 6. Marcus Stonis would not have expected to be in this early at all. Marcus Stonis is a threat. He can bat well. Hassan more legs are good. Okay. Exactly. Paddy-Cole out, Rodson rolls 2 for 48. There we go. Today, pitches flat. No, it's not flat. How can it be flat? They're 3 for 6. Upgaming if okay. Is Paddock out? Yes. Australia being grounded hard, very much so. Very much so. Aod, stop spamming, please. Arcus doing his record: 48 matches, 1,181 runs, 650s, best 146. That was something special. I remember that innings. He's good stuff. He is good stuff. Shaheen is deadly and first over. He looks like Brett Lee. What about Brett Lee? No, you mean Ralph was more like Brett Lee. Shaheen's more like himself, to be honest. I'm fourth umpire. We'll give you 5 reviews. That's cute. That is cute. That's cute. Yeah, I saw that Sudford how we heard that Paddock's out, and he's another great player. Oh, good fielding. Kept it to a single. That was on its way to the boundary there. So Sonos is off the mark for the first ball, 3 for 7. 3 for 7 into the 6th over. The ball was well away from Labuschagne. He had no reason to be playing that, but he nicked it beautifully the first slip. Yeah, got a big edge to that one. If to go, what a great catch. What about IP old man? What about Hashim? Not an old man, a mature man. When did you fall in love with cricket? My case was such a double century. Oh, look, I've been involved with cricket since I was Jeff Thompson days. Bad batting, but sorry, there's boundaries. Well, they need singles that have boundaries. Shaheen is deadly. He is too. If to go, what a great effort. 3 for 7 into the 6th over. This is a shocking start. It was a pretty awful shot too. Well away from his body. Labuschagne shaking his head. Well, he played a bad shot, pal. You can't shake your head. It wasn't anything else but your shot. But 9,000 guys, 9,000 viewers tonight. Alex Carey looks decidedly nervous because he's going in soon, I would imagine. McDermott, give him credit. He's not scoring runs, but he's staying there. They're into the 6th over, almost finished the 6 overs, and they're 3 for 7. Ooh, that's hurting. What has been Australia's lowest score in ODIs? Good question, Don. I don't know offhand, but it's heading that way, isn't it? So are we looking at a target of 210 and 240? If Australia get the 210 or 240, they'd probably be happy for that at the moment. Aussie's playing a test match. Well, they're not playing anything at all match-wise, really. That's awful. Someone told me what the lowest match score is. So are we still looking at, as I said, Manu John, 210 will be a miracle at the moment. Well, that was a good shot there. That was a good shot. It was still a bit of, McDermott's just hit himself for 4. A bit of strike power there, a bit of guts. I think at 250 won't be enough. Yeah, McDermott, it was a pretty bloody good shot. Was it almost catchable? No, I don't think so. Jack Delgado. Brett Lee is my favourite. He has bowled many overs with all 6 balls. Yeah, well, Maris Ralph's capable of that. 3 for 11 in the double figures now. They could almost reach 2 and over. It was pity because Ralph was just on top of, you would argue. What was that? What happened there? What happened there? It went straight through him. What happened there? It didn't. Do you think Australia got nervous today after the last match? A little bit. They're wondering, did he touch it? It doesn't look like he did. The 3 for 11 after 6, they're not going to review it. It doesn't look like there's anything on that. Harris Ralph, 2 for 9 off 3. Magnificent figures. Three for 11. Oh, my God. One more wicket and things will be down to 50. I think so. There's nothing past that. There's no one there. There's no crowd. That's what I'm disappointed about. There should be a crowd there today. It's Saturday, isn't it? I'm not sure. There's not even cars. It looks like there's no one there. Pity. There should be more of a crowd there, guys. Shaheen, 1 for 1 off 3. Magnificent figures. Absolutely magnificent. And he's still bowling. Why not? Let these guys should bowl their 10 overs out straight away, really, because they could, if they do and they bowl well, they could have Australia out for 100 or less. or the IPL match, we'll talk about that in a minute. Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals. Shaheen Afridi, 1 for 1 off 3. Hot weather in Lahore, must be. Oops, Shaheen just had a bit of a tumble. He's all right. That's lucky. There was nothing too serious there. Well, guys, we're heading very quickly for 10,000 viewers on this session. Getting very close to that. Great effort, guys. Great to have you viewing. But if you're viewing, please subscribe. It's carnage out there. It certainly is, Mano John. Glad you're here, Mano John. Oh my God. Last 600, no, oh my God, it's very good figures. Yeah, Manu John, crowd shouting Shaheen. What wouldn't they be? He's played so well. Very impressive indeed. Babazam certainly is a great player. He's certainly proven to be one of their best players. Doesn't bowl though. He bats. Mohsin Khan was supposed to be here. Where is he gone? I'm glad that he. Okay. I'm going to play cricket by. Oh, Michelle speaks. You're going to play cricket. How could you go and play cricket? You've been watching cricket. You're 13 years of age. You've too much energy going on there. We'll see later. Michelle speaks. Hassan Khan, keep it up. Australia or Pakistan. I hope they do keep it up. 3 for 12 into the 7th over. Oh, this is not looking very good on paper, is it? Not looking good at all. It's 8 and 2 late. We'll hit the 10,000 mark for this particular 10,000 mark. Amazing, guys. We've gone past. I'm going to pick the 5 million viewer, which we've gone well and truly past now. We'll have a cricket match today by see you later, Mr. Speaks. Speaks at all the best. He does, doesn't he? Love you, Sir Norman. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you soon. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, guys. Absolutely phenomenal, what I'm saying here. Such a great effort from Pakistan so far. And Haris Rauf, how could you not have him on your side? Honestly, he deserves better. Haris Rauf is something, and that Shaheen Haris Rauf combination is a great combination, actually, too. Absolutely great combination. A bit of a computer thing. Monetization limited. Why is it limited? Why is it limited? Okay. Wait and see what's going on there. I'm not happy with that. All right. Back to the cricket. 3 for 14. McDermott, 623 now. He's been Bob Wishel speaks. Thanks, Don Milliton. Okay, so Shaheen's 1 for 4 off 4 overs. McDermott 6 not out. This is 3 for 14 after 7. No. How did Brabham hot average of 100? What made him so special? Incredible hand-eye coordination. Every ball was up the middle of the bat. He practiced hard. Incredibly gifted in terms of, he wasn't necessarily a big hitter, just played beautiful shots. Elegant, great timing. Saw the ball early, kept his eyes on the ball, did all the basics right. When French career is in danger. Himanshu, we'll see. We'll see. Zero 6. 3 for 14 out of 7 overs. Oh boy. Very, very ordinary. So here for a bit of a chat to Harris Ralph. He's got 2 for 9 off 3. 3 for 14 off 7. McDermott 6 not out off 23 balls. Steiner's 2 after 5. It's aggressive pull shot for a single. McDermott seems to be handling the whole thing a little bit more now. Josh Butler, 51 runs and 32 balls, 5 4s and 4 6s. Radisson Rules 2 for 65. There we go. And Freddie, hang on. No, Freddie's the first one. Some of the wickets are falling. They were showing now. I thought there was another wicket falling there. Yeah, it's got that stat about that whole. Harris Ralph, come in the ball. Now, these two are aggressive. I won't go wondering, put it that way. There's no way they will go wondering, those two. Some domestic Sheffield Shield finals on. That's like our Ranji Trophy here in Australia. 3 for 15 into the 8th over. Oh boy, Butler loves playing against Mumbai. He seems to. Remember looking good. I think he needs to replace Finch. Well, we'll see. Is the ball settling down now? I'm not sure. Very strong beast, the old Stoinis, isn't it? Yep, agreed. But about there was a good shot there, Stoinis. Look, their score could 3 for 19 after into the 8th. It's a long way to go. If they can scratch their way up to 200, they'll be reprieved, but it won't be a winning score. It shouldn't be a winning score. Jason Beredoff is a bit of a key, actually. He's going to come and bowl like Shaheen does. So Australia takes Test, Pakistan takes ODI. It's a huge question mark. Over what? It will be a tougher decision for Cricket Australia if they think of replacing Finch. He's the World Cup winning captain, Don Ellison. Exactly right. They're not going to be moving him on quickly. He just won a World Cup only a matter of months ago. Going into another World Cup, I doubt they're going to change that late in the piece. His form has to improve, yes, but I think his captaincy is what is the key. Now looking at Aaron Finch, the series, first ODI got 23, second a duck, third a duck. So, yeah, that's not good. 2 ducks in a row from Aaron Finch. But he did score, Harris Ralph's now got to keep his line of length. He's bowling exceptionally well. Got 2 very important wickets. This is Ed's suitability business. 0.9, 10.9. Very good. 3 for 19 after 8. And for his one day international in 2020, he got 21 matches, 944, averaging 47, and 24 matches, 537. So he's dropped from an average of 47.2 to 24.34. That is a significant drop. Yes. But too early to be dropping. That's all I'm going to say. Too early dropping. His captaincy's been magnificent, and he's well regarded. And I even touted him to be a test time captain at one stage. Although Pat Cummins has got the reins there now. Where is Motion Shake? We've almost been going. Let's see if Motion Shake's going to fall. Yeah, he's not. Shaheen Afridi's been absolutely crazy. There could have been a chance of 250 plus if had was out there. Well, it's not out there. It's up for Beccaria. This is the first time in RPL. Okay, Mosen has come. We've been waiting for you. People, I've had every second person bloody well asking for you. You're a star. You've got so many people. We've had 10,000, almost 11,000 now.
Oh mate, I'm sorry, I got caught up.
That's all right.
Dinner.
You missed the election. They're 3 for 19. There's bedlam here.
It's fantastic game. I just want to apologize to your audience that I'm a bit late, and I feel really privileged and honored that people are asking about me and whatnot. So it's really feels good. What a game we've got. Australia 3 for 21.
Harris Ralph.
Shaheen Afridi. They have been fantastic with the new ball. And again, with Shaheen, his ability to take wicket in his first over has continued. He has just bowled brilliantly with the new ball, and Haris Rauf is cranking up some pace, hitting mid 145s and whatnot. So he's really troubling the batters. The pitch hasn't changed. The look of the pitch is still the same, flat and hard. But I think the confidence that Pakistan is taking from last game, when they chased 349, their highest ever chased in one-day cricket, I think that has done quite well to serve their confidence. But I think this partnership is really crucial now, with McDermott really in prime form after scoring 100 in last game. He's still hitting the ball really nice and hard. And Stoinis, we both know that he's such a good striker of the ball. And so Pakistan will have to do that hard work to try and crack that another wicket here. Otherwise, Australia might crack another partnership here and get 250, which is probably par on this pitch. But I think they've really started well, and I think spinners will come in play really soon. What's that? This is 9th over. I will probably go one more from Harry, and then bring a change.
Can I shouldn't be doing this publicly, but I'm going to do it. Would you believe about 2 hours earlier, I'm divorced, I told you that. My ex-wife lives in Brisbane. Mm-hmm. This is going to sound quite shocking, and I'm trying to digest it. Would you believe my ex-wife had a stroke in June of 2020, and I only found out about it now?
Oh, wow.
And I'm devastated. She's apparently had a relapse in December, and she's going downhill, and no one's told me. I got very upset. People have kept it away from me. And even though we're no longer married, I should still have known out of respect.
That's true. That's true. I hope she gets well soon, mate. But yeah, it's sad to hear. And obviously,
I'm needing to say something because I'm not happy. Not about me not being happy. I'm just devastated as well because I still feel for her. I'm married over 50 years.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're concerned about her health, and you've been together.
I'm just devastated. It only happened just before I got on air, so I've been on there trying to digest this. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it is tough to digest, mate. Even though you're finding out from a late, probably some time after, but it is still concerning, and obviously you've got a good heart, and you are still concerned about her health. So wish her well, and all the best.
Yeah, thank you. It's just something that I'm not handling very well, to be honest.
No, of course.
And actually, another good friend of mine passed away too. Vinod Mankad, who was the son of the original Mankad. He was a good friend of mine. He often used to meet up in London over the last time was in 19.
Yeah.
And we often WhatsApp message each other. He passed away a couple of days ago too, which is another sad thing. Especially
we've seen so many people leaving us in really short future because what's happening is people are leaving the world, and they've been close contact in one way or the other, or we've been attached to them. So it is concerning, and I think I feel for you, and I think it is we need to make sure that everyone look after their health as much as possible, and make sure your loved ones are around you, and they're informed, because people do get concerned. So again,
thank you. It's something I have to take note of too. I have to try and lose a bit of weight. I mean, having too many biscuits, which is clearly not my fault, because you go into a shopping centre and they thrust them in front of you, and they almost force you to buy them.
Oh, I know. It's a smart marketing.
And they put all the fattening things towards the back over a cloth. Exactly. I mean, they do that with cigarettes these days. Cigarettes is in cabinets, you can't see them. Should they put all the chocolates under a cloak? Then you wouldn't know they were there.
I reckon they should. I reckon they should put all the unhygienic or unhealthy food behind a locked cabinet, so you have to really ask for it, so it's not in your face kind of thing. I think the supermarkets do it really well.
We can't do that with cigarettes. We can't put cigarettes on all the, as you walk into the supermarket, they can't be seen physically, or into a BP petrol station. You can't.
I know. Exactly.
Same principle. I mean, the cigarettes kill you, but so do biscuits.
Everything that's not healthy.
I mean, Exhibit A, Arnott's biscuits. Just happened to be here.
Put them away. I've got.
Oh, hello. Is he out? No.
I've got a banana for a snack just to.
Oh, at least you look healthy.
I'm trying. Comment I want to make. I read a comment in the chat was about Aaron Finch, and we've been talking about Aaron Finch for last couple of games. He has been struggling. He has been struggling for a good part of 2020 series as well. He's been struggling in the international circuit. It's unfortunately his struggles continued. He's struggling with the ball coming in more so. And a lot of teams are now exposed because they've got so much information about the opposition these days, and they can plan and they can squeeze the batters out, and that's what they're doing. They're just bringing the ball back into him, smashing his front pad, and he's getting repeatedly out, similar fashion. He's got to do something about it, because I think that he'll be feeling the pressure. We all want him to be playing the World Cup 2023. But the unfortunate part is he's got to be making some runs. He's got to be making some contributions. We love his captaincy. We love his smartness about the cricket. He's reading the game well. But his batting is still putting Australia in a pressure where we are one for not many all the time in recent past. So, Finch have got a bit of time going away from this series. He's got to work off season with his cricket and come back stronger. I wish him well. I want him to do well.
I mean, look, just a couple of positive points. We've reached the 5 millionth viewer today from my show. Oh, 5 million views. We've got over 12,000 watching tonight already. I mean, it's a bit longer, but it's been it's been such a positive program. I'm very happy about all those things, and it's just, and I'm at 28,891 subscribers, all going very nicely. And thanks a lot to you, Mosen, because you've been very, very well received in this whole series. When people ask for you, you know you're doing well.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't happen all the time, but you're being asked for endlessly, and because your commentary is both on point and it's very interesting to listen to, and it certainly can't be your looks, that's for sure. I mean,
no, it is pleasing to know, Norman, and it is. I'm very humbled by the comments you've made and your audience have made. I'm really humbled by all these comments, and really appreciate it.
Harris Ralph's got a bit of a problem with his leg. I hope it's nothing serious.
He just slipped, I think. He just didn't get the front foot spikes gripped into the pitch, because the pitch looks very hard again. And that's where, when he's putting that hard work, trying to bang the ball in, so you want your spikes to really get stuck into. And normally sometimes what they do, and Brett Lee was really a component of that, when he sees a hard pitch, he used to use the longer spikes, because what they help and aid him to do is get the spike getting stuck in. And I think he's just stretching his groin, because obviously Spike didn't get the grip on the pitch, and he slipped. And because your momentum is going towards your target, which is forward towards the batter, he's probably stretched his groin a little bit. So he's just doing some stretches on ground, and I'm hoping that he's fit. As you see in the replay, just front foot Spike didn't grip in the pitch, and he just slipped. And that puts a lot of pressure on.
It looks particularly hard, though. The wicket looks particularly hard.
Very hard, absolutely. And the point on that one is, you see some foot marks are already making.
And the speed of that delivery was 124 Ks.
Yeah,
so he's dropped a good 20 Ks on the speed there. And I think that was just because of that injury.
Probably is, yeah. I'll probably after this over, I'll probably go off the ground and get it looked at straight away by the physio and the medical staff, just to make sure they can stretch it out properly and do a treatment if they need to, so he doesn't carry that injury for the next 40 overs, because that would be a drawback for Pakistan, because he's just settled in nicely in the team, and he's bowling really good with high pace. Australia's recovered well, if you ask me. 3 for 6, and all of a sudden they're 3 for 31. This partnership is very crucial, especially McDermott, who's showing really great form, and Stoinis, we all know he can bat for long, and he can hit big balls. So a crucial thing would be to get that partnership. They're showing the replays, and the unfortunate part for Finch again is his front pad is in the way. He's got to play around his front pad, and that's where he's losing his wickets. The delivery to Marnus was a classical pace bowler delivery to get his outside edge. And I'm believing more so with Marnus's dismissals in lately that he's more suited to red ball cricket. He hasn't proved himself into white ball cricket as yet. And I think I like to
see... This is Zahid Mahmood bowling now. He's the guy that you wanted to have in the test team, didn't you, at one stage?
That's exactly right. I wanted him to play as a leg spinner. He's got that variety where he bowls good wrong on. He mixes his pace really well. He's nice and tall. If you look at his run-up, he's emulated his run-up with Afridi. He runs in hard, and he gets on top of the ball. He bowls a lot of toppies in one-day cricket. But when he lowers his arm, he bowls good spin as well. So so he's got to learn his art in red ball cricket. Whereas McDermott continues to dominate spin. He loves to rock back and hit the ball over mid wicket and cow corner, which he just did to hit a 6 to Zaid Mahmood. Fraction short, and he's such a good player of back foot, McDermott. He just rocked back. Plenty of time to knock it over mid wicket. So I think that partnership is settling in nicely. Pakistan should start to get on top of.
To me, Ben McDermott may well be a long-term proposition at the opening spot.
Agreed.
Probably well, it's going to be interesting who he bats with, but he looks like a long-term proposition, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
So what's this? Baram used to say Ramadan Kareem. Everyone, who's this?
Thanks, Ram. It's a start of the month of Ramadan. So fasting month has started. So so it's thanks
so
for the
I can't have it's now. I can have this color because it's nighttime.
You're tempting yourself. Oh no, I know.
You fast during the day, don't you?
That's true. That we fast during the day from sunrise till sunset, and then a feast after that. So you break your fast after sunset, and then it's considered as very holy month. And then at the end of Ramadan, you celebrate it with Eid, which is the day of a proper feast. So thank you very much again for the wishes. McDermott to open with Warner. I like that idea. McDermott has done well with his franchise cricket, with his 2020 team with his club. He's done really well. He scored a couple of hundreds in this Big Bash. Last Big Bash, he's been consistent as well. I like him as an opener because he plays both pace and spin well, and he's really good on a back foot, which is critical in Australian pitches. And with the World Cup being in Australia, I think he's a critical inclusion in that playing 11. I think because he rocks back really well. He allows himself that freedom in his arms to swing through the ball, and he just did display that in last over when he hit Zaid Mahmood for a 6. So I think he should be first choice if Finch has got to drop down, or whether Finch plays in the middle order or bats at 3 or whatnot, because McDermott and Warner could be a really good combination.
So Cloud99 saying he's jobless in his work. I'm a good cricketer. Well, Cloud99, I'm not sure I can help you just yet. And if you're got any ability, your cricket should put you through. So head on to Gaddafi Stadium when they select for the next Lahore Columbus and show your wares. And you never know what happened. This is exactly what happened to Harris Ralph. It's exactly how he got his break. So you never know.
You never know. That's cricket is a funny game, and it's just a lot of players. If you talk to them from where they come from and their backgrounds, they've come from a lot of humble backgrounds, and their skills, and they've been very fortunate that they've got opportunity and they're utilizing it and capitalizing on that. So it is a funny game. Don't give up. Keep working hard, and things will turn around the corner.
So showing now 3 for 40 into the 12th over. Their run rate's improving. Mm-hmm. With these two, they've got a chance. McDermott's the key now, I think.
I agree 100%, because now the top two have taken a rest. Ball is not swinging; it's coming on to bat nicely. Spinner hasn't spun the ball past the bat yet. So I think this next 10 overs, if they carry on with this partnership around 4.5, I think they'll be on track to go 250 plus again. But I think if Australia meant to keep that partnership and then carry to follow, I think they'll be in a good step to go through 260, 280. But if Pakistan gets 2 early wickets in that partnership, break that partnership, get another wicket to follow, I think Pakistan can keep them under 250, because that would be a really good thing. Babar's been lucky these 3 one days. He's won all 3 tosses, and he's decided that chasing is the key. Again, we both know that Pakistan should try something different as well. But they've decided that that's the brand of cricket they want to play. Good on them. They chased well last game, but they got to bowl well. They haven't bowled post Harris and Shaheen well, and that hit down the ground that Stoinis has just hit for a 6. It just demonstrating that the both batters are set, and they're liking the pace of Wasim, and they're liking the lack of spin from Zaid Mahmood. So it is critical. It's crucial that how they come back and contain them for next 10 overs.
Mohammad Wasim hasn't really impressed me. I'm sorry. He looks a bit pedestrian, if you ask me. I hate to say that.
I agree. I think he hasn't done. He bowled within himself last game. He was high 130s at the best. He bowled predominantly between 131 to 135, and this morning in Pakistan he's still operating at around 135, 136 mark. But he's hitting that length, which Stoinis is loving it. He's just putting his foot down and swinging through the ball. So the 6 demonstrated that he just didn't.
Tell you what, they've almost gone up to 4 and over now, which is a hell of a difference from what they were at one stage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Himanshu Rahel is talking about Cam Green. He will make a difference, but when Glenn Maxwell comes back and Mitch Marsh, I'm afraid Cameron Green will be probably pushed out at that stage. You'd think. I'm talking about the longer term.
But he's investment. I think he's a good talent. I like his attitude.
But Ben McDermott's effort today has been outstanding. This is another 4 because of the onslaught that he had to encounter early. I lost Finch, Labuschagne and Head so quickly, and he's taken on the mantle. He was one for about 20 or 30. Now he's 28 for 40. So he's certainly escalated. He's got maturity about his batting that's pretty impressive, actually.
Very mature. He didn't let the bowlers dominate him. He knew that he can catch up quickly because he's such a good stroke maker. It didn't worry him that Australia have lost 3 for 6. He just batted within himself, controlled the innings, didn't let Pakistan take another.
Zahid and Mohammed Wasim's come on. They've gone for 22 off their 2 overs.
That's exactly
really he's taken the foot off the pedal a bit, haven't they? Really, that's unfortunate.
And that's the worry, because that's what we spoke about earlier. You need guys like Shadab in the team, and you need to play a proper third pacer who can really carry on your good work that the 2 quicks have done up top. Both Shaheen and Harry Baldwell at the top with good pace, and that pace actually got the wickets rather than more so. I know Shaheen swung the ball in the air, but that was a full toss. He just, with the pace and swing, Heads got beaten. But follow-up is really critical. In modern-day one-day cricket or T20 cricket, your follow-up bowlers are so important, that how they bowl and how they contain the next phase of the game, which unfortunately at this point in time they haven't controlled. They've given 20 odd runs in those 12 balls, and momentum is now with Australia.
Yeah, Rajasthan Royals, looking at that match for a second. The 2 for 123. Josh Butler's 83 of 52 balls. He's hit 9 4s and 5 6s. He's obviously he's crunching it away. And Rajasthan Royals missed him last year, didn't they? Big time.
Right. Exactly.
And they've got him this time. And Mumbai Indians is going to be up against it a little bit. But these games are early on. We know that Mumbai Indians will lose 3 or 4 early games. It just doesn't seem to count. That's why my interest in the IPL is a bit waning early on, because the form was not indicative of the longer term for the whole tournament. You see teams losing badly early on, but they're not coming home with a wet sail. Not unlike England women's team, who lost the first 3 matches, and they went on 5 since.
Good momentum, and I like that. I like their momentum going in tomorrow, because I think they've been down and about from Ashes and then first half of the World Cup as well, but they're gaining momentum at the right time. So Australia could be up for it if Elise Perry is not fit for tomorrow's game. I think there's a bit of concern about her fitness, but that's a critical thing. And they've got a wicket. While we were talking, Stoinis, I think is Stoinis. Yeah, he's Stoinis.
Oh, what a catch! Oh my God, did you see the catch? Imam Hucks has taken an absolute screamer.
A good blinder. The ball held up in the pitch. He played across his front pad, got the top edge leading into short cover, and Imam just flew like a Superman and taken a really good catch at short cover. And that's what we were just talking about. That 50 partnership in 46 deliveries just got broken. It would have been critical for Stoinis to carry on with McDermott to bat through another 10 overs. But here we go, carry in early. I think if Pakistan can continue taking wickets, we could be up for a really low scoring game, because 59 for 4, carry in, and then you got left with Green behind him. I think now McDermott's got to change the way he's playing again, because obviously he was free because the partnership was flourishing. 52 in 46 deliveries, it was really going well, and all of a sudden now they've got to start again. So interesting.
I mean, look, there's no doubt about it. I mean, it might be low scoring, and really Pakistan are in the box seat here. They've persisted with bowling first, winning the toss and bowling, and we were shaking our heads the first game they lost. Second game they've come back this time. It's really paid off, but it's because of Harris, Ralph, and Shaheen.
Absolutely.
Extremely, really, those 2 should be the test opening bowlers.
Absolutely, I think so. I think Harry's proved himself enough. He's fit enough. He's really strong lad. He bowls with consistent
absolute star. He is capable of being one of the best Pakistan bowlers. Well, it's pretty hard to do better than Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram, but he could be right up there if he's given a chance.
I think so. I like his attitude towards the game. He's really going well with his consistency. He's bowling in high 140s, close to 150s. I think he's got to be in. And imagine you've got three bowlers bowling 145 plus. You know, you got to be getting worried if you're a batter. You got Afridi, you got Naseem Shah, and you got Harry. So you know all three bowlers capable of bowling close to 150. I think that's a really good position for Pakistan to be. And then you got other bowlers who can be you know if Hassan Ali's fit and in form, he's good enough. Fahim Ashraf, another one, is a good bench strength. So you're looking at a decent test team, and I like Harry to be playing that white ball cricket because he's proven enough. He's your ace bowler.
Yeah, it's amazing. We'll watch a little bit more, and then we'll cut off because we've been up well over 2 hours. Well, you haven't been over 2 hours tonight.
I think it's up to drink. They've taken the drinks as well. So if you want to call it now, I think it's a good time because what it leads to, we can probably catch up on for our 2020, which is the last game of the tour. It's a shame they're only playing one T20. I would have liked
big exciting. It was more than one game, yeah. I think they could have squeezed in the second game. So.
Exactly, but you got to understand that you know Australia at least made an effort to go and played a good full 3 test series, 15 days of fantastic cricket, 3 one-days, and then 1 2020. I think it's a start. Australia will be seeing Australia touring Pakistan more so rather than just touring after 20 odd years. I think it's a bit harsh. So Carey's in. I think Pakistan get McDermott here.
I'm gonna go. I've got a call from. Just keep talking. Keep talking. I'll be there in a second.
Yeah. Okay. So Pakistan will be pleased that Australia has at least toured, and they're making an effort to come and play in Pakistan, which is a great thing. I agree with you, Himanshu, that Cam Green has got an opportunity now to play a really big innings. If he gets in before 20th over, he's got proper 30 overs to bat, and we've seen in Test that long he can bat deep. If he bats 30 overs today, he'll score 100. So Cam Green's got a good opportunity if he gets in the next 4 or 5 overs. And
all right, we might. Sorry, just momentary panic there. Okay, all right.
I was just making a comment. Someone said Cam Green has got an opportunity. I think if he gets in before 20th over, he's got 30 odd overs to bat, and I think he could be scoring 100 if he bats 30 overs. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still got Cam Green to bat. Now, why hasn't he gone before Alex Carey?
They would have liked left hand, right hand because the spinner's operating leg spinner, and Carey can, because the ball's coming into him.
Yeah.
Easier.
But Cameron Green should have batted. I'm sorry, I still think Cameron Green should have batted next.
Yeah, I think he's got potential. He's showed in Test cricket how he's got patience. He bat long innings, and I think he's a superstar in making. So the ball's still just jagging a little bit. That last one just nipped away from Alex Carey, took the edge and went through gully to third man area. So it's still the ball's getting stuck in the pitch, but it seems like anything that is a cutter or a slow delivery is getting stuck in the pitch. So that's what probably Wasim has to do. He's got to bowl those into the pitch cutters and slow deliveries to try and get a false shot out of these guys. But I think McDermott's the key now. McDermott and Green.
See, Berendorf's going to be very important. If he can bowl like a Shaheen type performance, which we know he's capable of doing, that could be significant. We don't really know until Pakistan about how good or bad this is, but you'd have to think the Pakistan are in the box seat at the moment.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, so it is a lot of cricket on at the moment. Obviously, my previous team, Rajasthan Royals, in operation, and I do have feeling for Rajasthan Royals, whether whether they do it tough or whether they do it easy. They're always close to my heart because we won the inaugural IPL in the captaincy of Shane Warne, so it is always close to my heart, and I want to do them well. I think Butler, we all know he's a cracker of a player. He's a good person off the field as well. We had him in the Sydney Thunder as well, and he's going hard, and I want him to carry on and carry the team forward.
Did you see that they just showed the most runs this series? It's again Imam Al-Haq.
Yeah.
Although Ben McDermott's not far from him actually.
Oh, no. Catch. Oh, just edged past first slip. Kerry is just playing streakily. He just edged one past first slip. Probably ball with
I just saw that.
Yeah, he just threw his bat to the ball. When you're 4 for 60 odd, you want to be careful.
Sometimes I know it's risky, but sometimes when you're bowling well, you should still put the second and third slip in there.
Exactly. There's nothing.
I mean, you should be able to be attacking, because even though runs are important in 50 over cricket, you should still be able to go a bit more attacking. They need to sometimes go second and third slip.
Absolutely, and especially on a new batter, because he hasn't seen the pitch. He hasn't got the pace of the ball. He hasn't actually spent enough time on the pitch. He doesn't know what's going on with the pitch. So he's throwing his bat around. This is the second edge that went past the slip area to third man region. So I would actually put a wider slip in and just get him to keep driving those big booming drives and get the edge for Alex Carey. I know McDermott is set, but for a new batter, you got to put pressure on him and try and control his inning from your bowling perspective, rather than letting him settle in to the game and build a partnership again with McDermott. You definitely got a point. I think you need to.
This game's been going for a good hour and a quarter. They haven't bowled many overs, have they? They've been pretty slow with their over rate. Now, Himanshu Rahela's asked about Josh Philippe. He means Josh Philippe, not Phillips. Well, he's been pretty good, but he hasn't been consistent enough. But Inglis is a better proposition. He's just not here at the moment. What was his choice? He had COVID as well, didn't
he? He's got COVID as well. Yeah.
So he can't play in the series. Is that it?
No, he's
very frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I think Inglis and Philippi both coming from WA. They both have got similar stature players. They're short players, play pull and cut really well, and they suit Aussie pitches really well. Philippi is actually he's a good player off a front foot as well, and he's done remarkable for us in Sydney Sixers for the last couple of years. He's more consistent this year than previous years, but international circuit, I think you like a bit more consistency from him. But I think he's another long-term investment. He'll be there and thereabouts as well. And last year he got experience with IPL as well, so he's tasted that. That's a bit of success in India as well. I think he's got a good long future ahead of him. Whether both of them squeeze Carey out of white ball cricket, it'll be interesting to see if Inglis is your leading keeper, and then Philippi becomes your backup keeper and a top order batter, with McDermott also filling up the spot. So it's really good power hitting batting lineup if you look at that way, with McDermott, Philippi, Inglis, and Maxwell, Stoinis, Mitch Marsh, Warner. It's really powerhouse. Australia is in a good spot with batting stocks.
Excellent. All right, we might finish up there. I think we've gone well. Thank you very much for most of your time. We'll catch you maybe for the Australian women's match when they come on, but certainly for the T20.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to watch. I'll be looking forward to the grand final tomorrow with Aussie England game, because it's always an interesting game to watch.
Thanks, Moses. Thank you once again.
Thanks for your audience. Cheers, mate.
Ciao.
Bye.
Mosen Sheikh, what an amazing guy to have on. He's been very informative. Now, a couple of comments. I'm not sure if Australia wants to win T20 World Cup, said they need to pick McDermott and Inglis. I agree, totally. Daniel Sanders has looked off colour in the IPL Norman. I don't think he's going to come in this round. He will, Satya Picaro. Trust me, he's a good player. He's not to be sneezed at. He's great potential. We'll wait and see. Okay. So, guys, we might just call it quits there. We'll just go have a revisit the score. Australia are now 5 for 67. They've just lost McDermott. McDermott has got out. He's popped it and beautifully caught by Iftigar's taken some great catches too. He balls a bit shorter than expected. Mohammed Wazim was taken a wicket, which is very significant. Australia now 5 for 67, having lost McDermott on 36. Looking quite dire. In comes Cameron Green. That's putting Pakistan in a very, very good situation indeed. With 5 for 67, really after Kerr and Green, they've got nothing. They've got bowlers, Berendorf, Zampa, Abbott, who could bat a little bit. And there's not much in that numbering off there, I think, at all there. Alice Zampa is not bad. Abbott can bat a bit. But I think Australia's batting performance is going to rely on these two here. But 5 for 67, it's not looking like a great score to me. And it should be a Pakistan victory, shouldn't it? Not sure what I want to say, but I'll wait. It'll leave it at that now, guys. We'll talk again. I might come on after the victory, after the ceremony, which I think will be worthwhile. I'd like to thank you for your time. So enjoy it. View, like, and share the post. Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kosnick. Please subscribe. Hit the notification button at Norman Kosnick, the Instagram and my Twitter. Norman Kosnick for YouTube, of course, but also for my Facebook and my LinkedIn. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. And we'll talk soon. I was watching the first ball of Cam Green. See, very solid. A long way to go in this match. But Daniel Sanders are going to go one day. Don't worry. McDermott and Inglis are certainly going to be in the future. All right, guys, we'll talk again very soon.